The fourth crate. I beg you. Victim number 9. Veracruz, Mexico, May 10th, 2014, 18:38:12. Isandorno knows who will be at the ranch. The old man, Juan Ernesto Izquierdo, who every time mocks him for mistrusting the sea and for never crossing a border. To be born in a country is not to know a country until you've left your country. This applies to ideas and beliefs. I, for one, have been to Canada and Ghana. The old man's wife, Maria, will also be there. She will tell her husband to shush and offer their guest fresh salsa, and then their children, Nastasia and Estella, will cry as they always cry, Tio, Tio, as Isandorno fills their palms with hard candy. Isandorno has known them for years. The other hands, too, Adon Calderos, Santiago Bustamante, and Maite's 2 boys, Chavez and Garcia Arellano. Isandorno was there when Ortiz fell and Maite was widowed. The number of crates will not concern them. There were, however, only supposed to be 3. The crates are from Africa, and apparently they arrived early. Men in charge went ahead and scheduled the unloading. That was how it worked. But Gulf winds and the rain had brought disorder. There was no problem with customs, but the cranes had rattled and something had slipped, and another thing that was not bone had broken, and another thing that was bone had broken. And then someone else was hurt too, and it took many more hours before the cargo was unloaded and put to wait on Caro 9. The first crate held the small hyena. The second crate held the baby elephant. The third crate held the baby giraffe. All the animals were covered with wounds and barely moved. What they breathed out smelled damp with infection. Isandorno doubted any of these creatures would survive the trip north. By the time Isandorno had left the bus for Paplanta and hired a taxi to drive him to the port, the driver had secured all 4 crates to the flatbed, leaving him nothing else to do but climb behind the wheel and wait. Only the extra crate has kept Isandorno from saying go. There was supposed to be 3. Now there's 4, the driver shrugs. He assumes little is risked by bringing more. Costs generally come when you don't bring enough. The giraffe sleeps. The elephant too. Neither can keep their head up. They rest on the shavings and straw and heave. Only the hyena moves, breathing just as hard, but whipping back and forth, before backing up abruptly, a reverse twist on rear haunches, then chittering up at the air holes. The cuts on its nose bleed. The gums bleed too. The teeth are intact. Isandorno does not approach the 4th crate. Spits over his shoulder, counts 9 by fingers to thumb, avoids the edges of shadows, considers 6 rounds of silver and gold. An owl flies across the moon. At least the rain has stopped, though a strange mist, strange to be so thick, has materialized out of the Gulf and settled around the slips and ships and those other routes that lead into the city. What's in there? All this indecision has made the driver nervous. The port declaration says 3, Isandorno says after reading the paperwork again. There's not much to read. Contents listed are for industrial incinerators, for crates W, X, and Y. Then should I take it back? The driver keys the engine to life, as if action can replace any consideration of risk. A loud clank follows as gears engage and the truck lurches slightly forward. The linkages even groan as if this is still too much to draw forth what should weigh so little. Isandorno knows what to do. Open it now. Do not hesitate. The locks are easy. The bolts and irons will take more time, but the driver will help. Then Isandorno can see for himself. Then he can move beyond what the fortune teller, Maria Estancia, had said was the cusp of things, the cusp of life, the cusp of death. But as if it were something already commanded beforehand, Isandorno cannot will himself to even climb on top and peer down through the air holes. He cannot will himself to press an ear against the side and listen. Even touching the fourth crate is beyond him. Veracruz, Mexico, May 10th, 2014, 18:47:09. Venice, Italy, 1:47:10 a.m., May 11th, 2014. Call me a man of taste, seasoned by taste. The more seasons, the more the needs for new tastes. Do not judge so hastily. Let us say, if between courses of pearl, tapioca with caviar, and lobster tail poached in sweet butter, you were presented with a cube no larger than a caramel, and told it was human flesh, compliments of the chef, an admirer too, would you really refuse the experience? Such adventures keep one who is perpetually young, feeling perpetually young. Impossible!